What is up, bros and broettes? I am Inkslasher, and today we are going to be talking about the final map in DLC 2. Throughout the week, we've been looking at all of the different DLC 2 maps, because if you guys didn't already know, earlier this week I got flown out to LA by Activision, and I got to play DLC 2 a little bit early, and this is probably my second favorite map out of the four. This one actually takes place on the moon. It's a really good looking map. I think one thing they did great in Infinite Warfare is all of their outer space maps actually look really good, and this one you can see the Earth off in the distance. Very pretty. But also on top of that, there's a couple of mechanics on this map that actually play out really well that I wouldn't have thought actually did. So today we're going to be talking about that, and then tomorrow we're actually going to be taking an early look at the new zombies map, Shall and Shuffle, which is a lot of fun. But like I said, we'll be talking about that tomorrow. So as far as this map goes, like I mentioned, it takes place on the moon. Now, what this map reminds me of is two things in particular. It reminds me of a specific map in the game Destiny, pretty much because a lot of the maps in Destiny take place on the moon, but also on top of that, it reminds me of Scrapyard from Modern Warfare 2. Now, I think part of that reason is the map itself is called Scrap, and the one in Modern Warfare 2 is called Scrapyard, but on top of that, there's fuselages for planes, passenger compartments for planes, and pretty much every different type of junk you can imagine. And what this map looks like to me is almost like they took the moon and turned it into a junkyard kind of thing. That's how it kind of feels to me. Now, on top of that, this map is predominantly going to take place outside. There's a few little buildings and places you can hide indoors here or there, but I would say the vast majority of this map is outside. So once again, this map is another map where things like the Warden, Thor, and any aerial score streak is going to excel to a pretty extreme extent. As far as what weapons are the best weapons to use on this map, I pretty much think you can use almost any class of weapons except for maybe shotguns and do really well on this map. The reason why I say that is, for example, if you're using a sniper rifle, there's a ton of open space on this map. If you're using an assault rifle, same kind of thing. There's a lot of long to short range gunfights. And even with SMGs, if you navigate the map in the proper way, you can make it so almost every gunfight you get into is going to be a short range gunfight. For example, I believe the gameplay we're going to be watching here is I'm using the ERAD, and the ERAD excelled extremely well on this map. So this map here has one of the coolest new gameplay mechanics that they've added into the game, and it literally is a mechanic that flips you upside down and lets you hang from the ceiling of the map. And I know that sounds horrible, but I think it's almost perfectly executed. So you see that magnet hanging there over to my left? That magnet, if you jump near, it literally flips you upside down and lets you hang there upside down. Now the problem with this is when you do that, your controls go inverted, and it's actually pretty hard for you to kill people while you're hanging up there. So yeah, it may be a pretty nifty way to get out of a gunfight or kind of screw with your enemies, but God, is it ever hard to actually just hang there and kill people. Now the one thing is we had a sniper only free-for-all game where we basically were trying to trick shot off of that thing, and it is not easy whatsoever because, like I said, your controls are switching from inverted to not inverted, and on top of that, to see where the enemies are, your mini-map flips upside down when you go and hang there. It's not an easy thing whatsoever to actually get kills up on that platform. Another thing that they told us, we kind of asked them about that because it was a lot of fun trying to use that magnet to kill people. They told us that originally when they had this map planned out, a lot more of the map was actually going to be that magnet thing. However, they said it just didn't work gameplay wise. They said it worked a lot better to just have it in a few select areas that were very small that you could just kind of jump on and use at your will, whereas making it a central theme of the map. And I think they did a very good job at that. I think there's 3 of the magnets that you can use on the map, and I will say I believe everyone that was there and playing the maps really enjoyed the magnets on them. Now, one thing that I will say is that when this map is actually out to the public, you're going to see people flocking to those areas to try to use the magnets to get trick shots or just try them out. So if you just kind of hang out around that area, I guarantee you it'll be pretty easy for you to get kills, as people are going to be trying to jump onto those magnets and stuff like that. As you can see, there's one person right there that just used them and almost actually killed me because of it too. The one other thing I will say about these magnets is make sure at the end of this gameplay you have a look at the winner's circle. They do something pretty hilarious with the winner's circle on this map. So the one thing I will say about DLC 2 is all of the maps look drastically different. And what I mean by that is if you just take a second and look at this map right here, it's very clearly easy to see that you're on the moon. There's kind of like one general color to the ground and everything like that, plus the kind of vibrancy of the other things, whether that be the plain fuselages, whether that be the kind of walls that have the blue thing around the edge. Whatever it is, that's the kind of look of this map. Then we look at the map we looked at yesterday, Turista. It's this crazy, bright, and vibrant map with lush foliage growing, waterfalls, and things like that. And then we look at the map we looked at before that, Archive. It's a museum. There's still bright and vibrant colors, but it doesn't look nearly the same as these maps. And then we have the Rust remake, Excess, that looks drastically different than the other maps. So the one thing I think they're doing incredibly well at Infinity Ward is creating different looking maps. Whereas when we looked at Call of Duty Ghost, the last game that Infinity Ward made, a lot of the maps looked very similar. You had kind of your desert map, and then you kind of had your foresty looking map, and that was pretty much it. And whether you actually like Infinite Warfare or not, I think one thing that all of us have to admit is they did a pretty good job making their maps look really nice and pretty. So overall, my opinion on this map is this is my second favorite map. My first favorite in the DLC pack is Turista. I just love the color scheme of it. I think they did an amazing job with it. This map is just a good playing map. As soon as you hop onto it, it's a really good size. It's actually pretty small if you ask me. And on top of that, all the intricacies of the map just seem to flow really, really well. So this is what I would have to say is my favorite out of DLC 2. Now, how do I think of the maps in DLC 2 compared to DLC 1? I actually like DLC 2 a lot better. I think pretty much every single one of these maps is going to be like a 7 out of 10 or better, which is pretty damn good for a DLC pack. Generally, in any DLC pack, there's one map I just really don't like, and DLC 2 doesn't have anything like that. So, was really impressed by this one, but that's pretty much all I have to say about this map. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Do you like the magnet thing? Do you hate the magnet thing? I think people are going to be pretty split on it, but I will tell you, I really do enjoy it. Also, if you enjoyed the video, it would be super greatly appreciated if you could hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Tomorrow, we got some Shaolin Shuffle gameplay coming, and I'm super stoked to show you guys that. But I will leave you with the rest of this gameplay, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. Thank you for watching, and until next time, guys, peace out.
We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are